Hey guys, it's Alex Burtson, the Mana Scholar, back again for another video. This video is about the Michael teachings, but it's about a celebrity and their Michael chart. And the celebrity is Travis Scott, who's born Jock Webster. I think his friends call him Jack or something. But he's a musician, rapper, producer. Um, his most recent album was Astro World, and he has the Astro World Festival that he's known for. Um, so Travis Scott, I'm going to talk about all the characteristics of his Michael chart from Michael Teachings. And Michael Teachings is a channeled body of knowledge that talks about our soul types and the different lessons that we go through in our reincarnational cycle, going through the different soul ages, and then all these characteristics we take on for each life called overleaves that change each life depending on what our goals are for that life, what we're here to achieve and experience. So I'll go through the details of Travis Scott's chart here and try to summarize everything here. So his role is a server, which is on the inspiration axis. Essence Twin is a warrior, and he has some scholar secondary. And he has some further server and scholar secondary after that. So he's doubling up on server and scholar and warrior. So yeah, the server is the inspiration type. It's the most common one on the population overall in the world. However, most servers are in China. There's a lot of servers in China. In the U.S., there's not as many servers. I think there's more artisans in the U.S. But yeah, servers, they want to inspire people through concrete ways, like being of service to other people. They're very warm and nurturing and caring. But what's interesting about Travis Scott is I've heard interviews with him and him talking about the reason why he does music is because he wants to inspire people, which is interesting because the server is the inspiration axis type, the ordinal type. The other inspiration type is priest, but they deal more with they want people to grow spiritually, and in the more higher sense. Servers are more they're an ordinal type, so they're more hands-on, one-to-one, and they want to serve the common good. So the priest is the higher good, and the servers are the common good. So servers are usually, servers are usually pretty great. Everybody seems to love servers because they have this positive, nurturing, warm, and caring attitude and energy. But what's interesting about Travis Scott is he's also got some warrior. His essence twin is a warrior. It's discarnate, so he actually gets a boost of that kind of energy. So the warrior will make him more grounded and like challenges, and it's more of an earthy type. Has more masculine energy. Very active. It's on the action axis. And the scholar is good for studying things, and knowledge, and understanding things. So scholars tend to try a lot of stuff and learn through experiences, just to have experiences and have knowledge of certain things. But that's the neutral type, the neutral role. So yeah, so he's a server, warrior, scholar mix. What's also interesting on his chart is he has 85 male energy and 15% female energy. So he's more on the in action movement, going in a certain direction. That's kind of the male energy. It goes and achieves a lot. The female energy is, so the male energy is more focused on doing, and female energy is more on being. So he has pretty high male energy. He's got a high frequency also, which makes him a lot more active and speedy through what his experiences are. He'll have a lot more activity than other people will usually, because the average is around 50. He's at 82, which is pretty high. So that's why I notice with people with high frequencies, they have a lot more activity. So they go through things faster. It's not a slower, more assured pace, but their energy is also more like airy and light. It's not so slow and grounded as the lower frequencies. So that's interesting to see. His global job and community responsibility are he's got analysis for the global job and adaptability for community responsibility. Analysis is a mix of scholar and artisan, and adaptability is artisan and scholar. So what's interesting about the analysis thing is it's about taking things apart into little pieces to understand them, and being able to put things back together in a new way. That's what analysis essentially means. So he has a talent with that. Adaptability was when I was researching about it, it talks about being able to adapt to situations fast, easily, when you don't know what's coming next. You just being very adaptable. So those are some themes there for him. So all that stuff that I just said, that's his essence. Which means all this stuff stays the same for him in all his lives. In all his lives on Earth, at least. This will be the same. So all the stuff on the right over here is the overleaves. These are the characteristics that you take on just for this life. In terms of his soul age, he's in the mature soul age, which is the fourth soul age after young. Mature soul age is focused on building and relationships and experiencing the relationship realm. Also the inner emotional self, and going really deep inside yourself to really understand yourself on an internal level. Because young soul was all about maximizing outer success, worldly success. So once you get to the mature soul age, it starts to turn inward. So it's actually the most. He's at level 3, so he's pretty immersed in it at this point. He's been in the mature soul age enough to be comfortable with that perspective of relationships and emotions and the inner world. So that's where he's at in terms of his soul age. So you can see these are all the soul ages if you don't know already. There's one more after the mature soul age, which is old soul. And it takes about 100 to 200 lives on average to get through all these soul ages before you cycle off after getting to 7th level. So that's the soul age. His goal is growth, which is the most common goal I see, and it's the most common in the population in general. It allows you to have a lot of experiences to grow from. So it's just about maximizing growth in terms of the kinds of experiences you have. A very busy life, essentially. His attitude is pragmatist, which is the neutral attitude. You can slide to any of the other attitudes if you have the neutral attitude. But pragmatist is like just very practical in the way you think and the way you behave. You just do what makes the most sense and is most practical. Passion mode, that's about how he releases his energy. So it comes out boundlessly downward and outward, passionately. is how he releases his energy. You notice both growth and passion are yellow, the darker yellow. That means it's cardinal inspiration axis overleaves. So that kind of aligns with the priest. So he's got some of those priest qualities there with these overleaves. His centering, he's physical centering primarily, and secondarily in intellectual center. So basically, he interprets his experience mainly through what he feels in his body, gut feelings, sensations in the body, um, energy in the body, and then that informs what he thinks about, because he goes intellectual center second. His obstacles are greed and impatience. Greed is a fear of lack or love. Feels like you have a hole inside and you have to keep on filling it up with stuff. So you just have a lot of experiences. You maybe you want relationships or love somehow, or it could be food, money, sex, attention, all these different things. But it's having like a big appetite if you have greed usually. But this varies in terms of how intense it is. I'm not sure to what extent he's stuck in that obstacle. And his second obstacle is impatience, which is the fear of missing out. So you always want to be in some other place, other moment, because you feel like you're going to miss out on something. So his body types are solar and Saturnian. Solar is the neutral one. It's able to connect with all the other body types pretty easily. Saturnian is made for leadership. So there's some leadership characteristics there, just coming through the psychology of his body type. But the solar one is very like fun, childlike, playful. So he's got some of that going on. Quadrant is knowledge. So in group settings, he's usually the one that provides the information. And his needs are freedom, exchange, and acceptance. Freedom is whatever makes you feel like you have freedom. You want to have that experience. Exchange is having a one-on-one experience with people, giving back and forth, either through speaking or interacting. Acceptance is feeling like accepted by other people as part of, like included and stuff like that. So that's his whole chart. He's got a good mix of stuff, but he's definitely on the inspiration axis primarily since he's a server. Warrior is going to make him very productive. Scholar is going to make him really good at studying things in depth. He's got the scholar, artisan stuff going on for his global job and community responsibility. So it's creative and knowledgeable in studying is an aspect. Got high male energy that also amplifies what the qualities of the warrior in a sense. It kind of complements that. High frequency, growth goal. He's in the mature soul age. So that's basically where he's at. This is his chart. Essence was what is going to be the same for all his lives on Earth. He's always going to be a server. But he's in the soul age mature right now. So he still has to finish the mature soul age and then go through the old soul age before he stops incarnating. Also, I was going to say about the physical center. That one was also called the sexual center. So sexual experiences are a little bit stronger there for people who have physically centered, because there's a lot more sensation that they experience. But yeah, so that's it. That's all Travis Scott stuff. I have a handful of other celebrity charts that I'll make videos about, so you guys have all that information. So I'll be doing that for a while. I'm probably going to post a video soon about my experiences with spirituality and mania. So if you want to listen to that, just follow my channel and you'll see that content come in. I'm also going to do more videos on Vedic astrology at some point too, and maybe some human design at some point. But I'm kind of in Michael Teachings mode right now, is the main stuff I want to focus on, because I have a lot of backlogged charts that I need to share with people. So thanks for listening, guys. Like and subscribe. Thank Manic Scholar out.